The Highlights program aims to offer an overview of the DDW Conference. From all the information available at the conference, it offers a selection of topics and packages them in an easy-to-digest format. We call them MED files, and they're designed to provide medical education on the go, so you can get the flavor of a conference presentation in just a few minutes. A really nice feature is that some of the MED files will also have an expert commentary alongside, designed to offer a feel of some of the conversations you probably might have had with colleagues over coffee after a session, for example. With that, we try to create some discussion points and adding a little context to that particular summary. For example, how a new drug or technique might fit into current practice and considering points of interest or areas that need more study. On top of that, we will also have a bonus item in the form of posters. Each poster will have digested key messages, author podcast, and some handy downloadable slides. Well, the highlights are a new offering this year, and they are intended as an additional resource to supplement the best of the DDW virtual sessions. And as we all know, the medical conferences are fast, and DDW brings together 4 sponsoring societies and a huge number of experts and topics. Even in a virtual setup, there is limited time to access all the content and the attendees might be interested in. So sometimes it's easy to overlook a session based upon the title, or maybe because it's happening at the same time as something else you are logging onto, or you simply forget to come back to the on-demand content. With the highlights we're offering, we have watched a selection of those presentations for you. And the added bonus as an attendee is that if you're interested in what you read in the MED file, you can always log back into the full DDW site to watch the original presentation. They will be available on demand for 90 days post-meeting within the virtual platform. Yes, absolutely. The Conference Highlights program is designed in the spirit of sharing data with a wide global audience. So we want to help disseminate important findings and foster the best practice for researchers, clinicians around the world. So you don't need to have been an attendee at the meeting. The DDW Conference Highlights are entirely free and open access. So just come and visit ddwhighlights.com for quick and easy access, and you can find a selection of what was offered at the actual meeting. I hope that people get a good sense of the variety of topics offered. DDW covers the fields of gastroenterology, hepatology, endoscopy, and gastrointestinal surgery. We have tried to pick a good balance of presentations from each of those areas, and we hope that there will be something for everyone, from researchers and academics to our colleagues in the clinical practice. Maybe it will give you the tools you need to change something in your practice, or perhaps just a few anecdotal data points or ideas to debate with your colleagues. It's just a high-level overview of some of the best science from the meeting. Well, actually, the team is still working with Dr. Friedman, who is the editor of the program, on the content at the moment. But I can tell you that we'll have something for each of the key fields I just mentioned. And we've shortlisted some sessions looking at surgery and malignancy. We'll cover therapies currently being investigated in the big disease areas like Crohn's disease, inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome, but also rare diagnosis. Of course, we will be covering some sessions around the impact of COVID-19, and we'll look at how technology is shaping things, from the impact of social media to the use of virtual reality as a treatment modality. Well, a final element, I think, is that Dr. Lawrence Friedman will share his personal overview. So in addition to the MED files, the expert commentaries, posters, he will actually be presenting the findings from his top 5 studies. So this additional webinar will showcase his own personal favorites and takeaways. The program will be active for a year, so we will be launching just a few days after the meeting. So once you can actually already sign up at ddw.highlights.com, and you can be notified when the highlights are actually available. It's easy. It's free. You just go to the URL just said ddwhighlights.com, or you can go to medfile.com. Registration is easy and straightforward. You can have instant access once you've signed up. And by going through that channel, we really hope you will enjoy the opportunity. So thank you. Take care of yourself and the people around you.